There we go. All right, final checks are complete. Everything looks good back here. Are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, feet on the floor.
Yes, sir.
We'll taxi out, get lined up on the runway, and then make some noise. All right, you ready to go flying?
Let's do it.
All right, stick goes forward, throttle goes forward. Airspeed's alive. And we'll climb out at about 105 miles an hour.
Wow. Wow. Very cool.
Normally, without the TFR in place, I turn left now and kind of fly over Annapolis as a nice tour.
Yeah.
And I'll switch frequencies and check in with Potomac, who is the controlling area.
Gotcha. Crazy.
Potomac, pitch 411 Papa Sierra, lead for paleo.
November, I'm sorry, 411 Papa Sierra, transponder observed, shooting on course outside the class Bravo, Baltimore altimeter 3001.
001, no Bravo, 1 Papa Sierra.
1 Papa Sierra, I'm sure you're familiar, but you can expect to stay with me until you're outside of the TFR instead of just outside the SFRA today.
Affirm, appreciate that. All right. Resetting our engine instruments for engine settings for cruise. And there is controlled airspace above us. You might have heard him refer to the Bravo.
Okay.
That's the Class B airspace that surrounds BWI. And even in normal days, we don't get clearances into there. So right now, we stay at about 3,000 feet at the highest to cross the bay, or at least I do.
Yeah.
Because that airspace starts at about 3,500. And as we get further away across the bay over here, it'll step up one more time to 4,500. So at that point, we can climb a little bit further, and then eventually we're clear of both, and we can do what we want.
Wow.
That airplane that took off ahead of us is about 2 miles to our right, about 1 o'clock, and about 1,000 feet lower. We've got a few more horsepower and a little bit faster than they are.
Yeah.
So Potomac, you guys keeping up with the game? How's it going?
What was that?
I said, you guys keeping up with the game? How's it going?
No idea. We're just keeping up with the flyovers.
Okay, got
Number 4 Sierra Papa, there's traffic at your 12 to 1 o'clock at about 2 miles northwestbound towards Bay Bridge, indicating 2,400.
We are no visual. We'll remain at 2, though, sir.
And number 4 Sierra Papa, roger. And that is a verified altitude. They're at 2,400. Currently 12, moving to 11 o'clock now northbound, like I said, towards Bay Bridge there.
Roger that. No visual on them. There should be no factor. Thank you very much.
No problem, thanks. November 1 Papa Sierra, traffic for you, 1 o'clock, 3 miles, northbound to Bay Bridge, 2,400. It's a Skyhawk.
1 Papa Sierra, we're looking for him.
Their 754 Sierra Papa traffic is no factor, but they are descending there. They're off your left side.
Yep, we're actually paged up. They're looking pretty good.
All right, sounds good, thanks.
Oh, you know who he is.
talking about some traffic that's moving from our right to our left, kind of on the eastern edge of Kent Island here.
Yeah.
They're about 1,000 feet below us. And on a normal day, Potomac would have let us go already. We're outside what's called the Special Flight Rules area, which is that permanent ring I showed you.
Yeah.
But because of the extra airspace restrictions for the President's visit to the Army-Navy game, he'll keep us a little longer.
Right.
So there's about 3,000 feet. And right now we're moving through the air at about 140 miles an hour. Over the ground about 150 knots.
So how low are you allowed to go?
So that's always a fun rule to talk about. Because technically, over unpopulated areas, no altitude requirement.
What?
You're out over the desert, over the water, you can technically be...
4 Sierra Papa showing ourselves clear, sir.
Number 4 Sierra Papa, you're
You can technically do pretty much anything you want.
Appreciate approved. Have a
Wow.
good day.
Okay, appreciate it. I'll see you.
Most people don't have that freedom.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
So around here, the regulation actually reads a certain distance above and beyond laterally structures or people, and clear if you have to make an emergency landing so that you don't cause damage on the ground. So like a lot of the FAA regulations, you can imagine that leaves a lot to interpretation.
Right.
Around here, partly because this plane doesn't glide well, it's not a glider. And in the back of our minds, we're always thinking about what happens, where do I land if I lose power?
Yeah.
We generally fly as high as we can, but even if we're cruising across country, depending on conditions, we're probably not higher than 8,000 or 10,000 feet. That'd be pretty rare that I would go that high.
Yeah.
Potomac will call us, I think, shortly, now that we're outside the TFR. In the aerobatic world, we are not allowed to fly aerobatics unless we're in waivered airspace, like a competition or a practice area,
Yeah.
under 1,500 feet. So that's our hard deck.
November 411 Papa Sierra, you're outside of the TFR, squawk VFR, appreciate approved. Have a good day.
VFR 1 Papa Sierra, appreciate it. All right, so now instead of that unique 4-digit code we were sending before,
Zulu current.
now we're just sending a generic one that means we're out here visual unrestricted.
Guys clear.
Gotcha.
06, dew point -1, altimeter 3000. Visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 22. Baltimore TFR in effect until 2330 Zulu. ILS runway 4 out of service. Multiple flag grains, 0.7 north, at or below 300 feet. Read back all hold short instructions and IFR altitude assignments. Advise mission contact. You have information, Zulu.
So that was an automated broadcast from the Easton Airport. Just kind of gives local weather, conditions, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So we won't be landing or going into their airspace, but I like to check in with Easton when I'm out here in the practice area just to let them know that I'm here. That way they know what I'm doing, and they can help us stay clear of other airplanes that are transiting the area.
Yeah.
Probably won't be much of a problem today, since there's so few people flying, but always good to have extra eyeballs on me.
wind 180 at 5, visibility 10, skies clear, temperature 06, dew point -1, altimeter tree 000, visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 22, Baltimore TFR in effect until 2330 Zulu, ILS runway 4 out of service, multiple flag cranes, 0.7 north, at or below 300 feet, read back all hold short instructions and IFR altitude assignments, advise us contact, give information Zulu.
All right, so I'll check in with Easton. Easton Tower, Pitts, 411 Papa Sierra with Zulu.
November 411 Papa Sierra, Easton Tower.
Good afternoon. We'll be operating north of 44, maneuvering 3,000 to 6,000, and we'll work a little bit more east than normal. We'll report leaving the area.
November 1 Papa Sierra, copy all, Easton altimeter 3000.
000. All right, so we're basically over what we use as our practice area here.
Yeah.
So the straight road, you kind of see it, it's behind you. But over your left shoulder, there's this straight road right here. That's Route 404.
Gotcha.
That solar farm that you can see a little bit just under the left wing.
Yep.
And then you can see where 5301 comes from the Bay Bridge. So for reference, that's kind of where we are. And this is nice, relatively free, safe, and legal airspace. And we use that Route 404 as a nice ground reference for when we're practicing competition maneuvers. All right, so a couple things then. And we'll be quick. We are going to run out of light with a couple of delays there, no worries.
Yeah.
So a couple things, I'll just kind of introduce you to what we call like the really expensive roller coaster.
All right.
So I'll do two things first, just to kind of do some very gentle right and left turns. Experience those already without even knowing it.
Yeah.
But as I turn right here, I'm just going to pull back a little on the stick and push you down in the seat.
Yeah.
Feel that?
Yep.
So that's about a third of a G.
Okay.
All right, gentle roll out to the left.
Ooh.
And for reference, eyes on the horizon is almost always more comfortable.
Gotcha.
That'll help lock in your brain and try to have it make sense of what it's feeling.
Yeah, I had no idea what we were doing there.
And that's that weird feeling that we all have to overcome when we start flying aerobatics.
Right.
And like anything else, it's just a matter of practice and training. All right, so we're up at 5,000 feet here, a little bit gentle back to the right. So I'm going to dive just a little bit for some airspeed. We're at about 150 miles an hour. And I'm going to pull to about 2 Gs. So there's half. And there's 2.
Wow. Wow.
So when we're pulling Gs like this, of course, right, the big fear is that the blood leaves our head.
Right.
And it's not overly hard to keep it there now. But one way we can help it is by squeezing our legs and our abdomen.
Oh, okay.
So if you just kind of grunt and squeeze and keep breathing, that's the ideal. But
Right.
squeeze your thighs and your core, your abdomen. That'll help keep more of that blood pressure in your brain.
Wow. Oh, so that's why people pass out when they go through.
Right.
Oh, because the blood leaves their brain.
Yep.
Whoa, did not know that. Okay.
Literally, the body can't keep enough blood pressure.
And tower, it's
to keep that blood in our brain.
Yeah.
Coming up on the miles.
All right. So a gentle left turn here.
With Zulu, I think.
Number 754 Sierra Pop, Eastern Tower, Roger, into the right downwind runway 22, report midfield.
So that was 2 Gs.
Yeah.
22, we'll go.
I'll come back around to the left. Basically what I'm going to do is I'll pull up into a climb. I'll push over the top. We'll experience about -1/2 or -1 G. So we're going to kind of feel light in the seat.
Yeah.
And then I'll dive for a little bit of speed. And then I'll pull up. And we'll do about 3 Gs very briefly.
Okay.
So a little bit of speed. Gentle pull up. And I'll give you a countdown. All right. Pushing over in 3, 2, 1.
Whoa. Yo!
All right, now a little bit of speed. Now it's going to get heavy in 3, 2, 1.
Gotcha.
If you squeeze,
Yep.
it's easier.
Yep. All right, that wasn't so bad.
All right. Just a nice, gentle pushover, not hard. How was that?
Oh, that was awesome. That was really cool. So that was 3 Gs coming up.
Correct.
Wow, okay. That wasn't so bad.
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
And it's free. That's the good news. It's free. Left turn here. And what you experienced on the pushover there was about negative half.
Gotcha. So they measure that weightless feeling. That's called negative.
Yeah, basically one way to think about it is right now, like sitting in your chair at home, you're experiencing the effect of 1 G. Right? That's the earth pulling on your weight, on your mass, and holding you to the ground. That's 1 G.
Okay.
So if you double that,
Right.
now you feel twice as heavy.
Oh, okay.
So what you experienced was 3 times your body weight.
Oh, see, I had no idea that's what that meant. Very cool.
No visual, yes.
So the opposite of that is negative.
Yeah.
So when you feel light
Pop back here and
or
down when you'll be number
are feeling like you're being pushed out of the airplane,
Yeah.
that's negative G.
Very cool.
All right. How you doing?
Good. Good.
All right, so the next thing,
Yankee is
we're just going to do a very gentle barrel roll.
Two falling south
All right.
traffic and the opposite downwind approach.
So it's not going to be
Site 1 able.
uncomfortable,
Right, negative.
meaning we're not going to be negative G. I'm going to dive for a little bit of speed. I'm going to pull up and start the roll a little bit pointed nose up. And we're going to roll to the left, but we're going to stay at a positive 1 G in the seat. Okay?
Gotcha.
So a little bit of pull, and then 3, 2, 1, rolling left.
Hey. Hey.
Tower 40.
Oh, very cool. Holy, see, wow. Yeah, the horizon is necessary.
Yes.
Holy moly, yeah, I had no idea where we were.
Sorry, I'm playing with the squelch on the intercom back here. All right, a little bit of roll to the right. Right turn. All right, how was that?
Good, good.
So we rolled through all 360 degrees of roll, but we stayed positive G.
Gotcha.
So the next thing, so you say you got a little bit light in the seat, but you were never really hanging on the straps.
Right.
So the next thing we'll do is we'll just do what's a straight, what we call an aileron roll or a slow roll. So instead of staying positive G, when we're on our side, you're going to feel 1 G to the side. When we're upside down, you're going to feel 1 G negative. And we'll just kind of hesitate. We won't stay there long.
Yeah.
Just kind of hesitate inverted so you get a feel for what that's like.
Yeah.
Ready?
Do it.
All right, I'll get a little bit of a heading correction here. And I'll give you the same countdown. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, rolling left.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
So there's the inverted.
Yep.
And we'll just keep the roll going.
Whoa. All right.
So that time, you obviously were hanging in the straps.
Yeah.
So when we stopped inverted there briefly, that was exactly negative 1 G.
Wow. Gotcha. So now, how do you control that? Is it based off of the speed you're going, or how does that work?
It has to do with how quickly the nose is moving away from center.
Oh, wow.
How quickly the nose is moving away from where it is now.
I see. I see.
So if you think about it, and we'll talk about this more on the ground, you only feel G, right, when the nose is moving somewhere.
Right.
At the moment, we're feeling about maybe 1.1 G. It's very minimal.
Okay.
If we come back to straight and level, you're just feeling static 1 G, right, just like you're at home.
Yeah.
And if I pull up a little bit, the nose moves skyward, and you felt a little bit of G.
Yeah.
If I push down, The nose moves away from the sky, and you feel a little bit of negative G.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's how we create or control the G load.
Very cool.
And in competition aerobatics, there's all kinds of more science that goes into it, because anytime you do that, anytime you induce G, or you ask the airplane to produce more lift, you increase the drag.
He resume right close trap.
Gotcha.
And the right.
So drag is bad. We always want to be faster than not.
Right.
You guys look faster than us.
So energy management becomes a fun part of the game.
Pedaling, I'm pedaling.
Gotcha.
All right. How are you feeling?
Good.
So I'll come around to the right here, reposition ourselves to the east. How about a loop?
Number 4 Sierra Papa, runway 22.
Let's do it.
So it'll be that same pushover just a little bit. It'll be that same 3 to 3.5 Gs that you've experienced already. We'll just keep it going this time. As we come over the top, we'll get a little bit light, but we won't be negative. And then that same 3 or 3.5 Gs at the end to come back to straight level at the same airspeed and altitude we started.
All right.
Ready?
Let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, pull. Little bit of floaty.
Yup.
And then a little bit of squeeze now.
Yup. Oh, whoa.
51 Yankee, number 2 behind.
How was that?
Good. That was cool.
Right turn. It's different by people, physiology, conditions, temperature, dehydration,
Sure, 25 Yankee.
how quick the G comes on, how long it's held.
Number 5 Yankee, that's approved as request.
You can see so far that we pulled 3.5 Gs, but it was pretty brief, right? It doesn't.
Yeah.
We don't sustain it very long.
Right.
All right. How you feeling so far?
Good.
All right. So we'll do a couple more things. First, I'm going to have you put your right hand on the stick.
Okay.
And I'll stay with you.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you do a turn to the left.
Okay.
So basically just turn, push the stick to the left.
Yeah.
Roll the wings to the left a little bit. And then as you go into the roll, you got to add a little bit of back pressure on the stick to maintain altitude. Good. A little bit more roll. A little bit more back. There you go. A little bit more back. Good job. Perfect. A little bit more back. There you go. So basically we're just flying a level turn. And you can feel how small the control inputs are to make that happen.
Yeah.
All right, start rolling out to the right. We'll come back to straight level. Perfect. And we'll push the nose down just a little bit to stay level. That sight picture is one of those things that in flying, you'll get to learn pretty quick, but it does take some time to learn. Because we're using our eyes more than anything else.
Yeah.
All right, I got it now. We're going to come back to the right. All right, how are you feeling?
Good.
Let me know the moment you don't feel the tiniest bit wrong.
Okay, right now, my stomach is a little bit,
Okay?
stomach's a little bit,
No worries. So that's the first sign. Let's see. All right, so we've done a loop and a couple of rolls. Anything else you'd like to see or experiment with? We will head back soon. We're running out of daylight. Anything else you'd like to try or have questions about?
I think I'm good. Yeah, I think my stomach is feeling a little bit.
Tower, 4 Sierra Papa is midfield downwind.
So I had.
4 Sierra Papa, runway 22, clear for the option.
And if
I'm fully content.
hang on a second, maybe I might have the screw-ups a little too tight. Try it again.
I'm fully content. I could go back. I could stay out. I'm good for whatever.
Okay, no problem. Well, for the first time, we'll leave it at that. We want everybody to have a good experience the first time, so they
Yeah.
come back. All right, so reconfiguring for the trip in. I'm going to go ahead and check out with Easton now, and then we're going to check back in with Potomac again.
Cool.
Easton, 1 Papa Sierra is done. Headed back to the west. Thank you.
Time and a contact Potomac on 124.55 for that TFR.
2455, appreciate it.
Welcome.
All right, so switching frequencies, and we'll make sure they know who we are.
Good deal.
Sounds pretty quiet. Potomac hits 411 Papa Sierra, paleo for lead.
I missed the call sign paleo for Lee, but contact Potomac approach on 132.77.
3277, thanks. It's a little hard to see in the lighting, but off your left wing is Easton Airport, just to the right of that long road. That's 5301.
Okay.
Potomac hits 411 Papa Sierra, paleo for lead.
November 411 Papa Sierra, squawk 5342. Remain outside of the SFRA and the TFR.
5342 and outside, 1 Papa Sierra. So we're just kind of killing time.
411 Papa Sierra, transponder reserved, pseudo force outside of class Bravo, Baltimore altimeter 3002.
002, no Bravo, 1 Papa Sierra. All right. So they see us, they've cleared us back in, so we'll head back to lead.
Sounds good.
Always a losing battle finding the right squelch setting for this very, very loud airplane.
Right.
All right. So the practice area is about 24 miles east of Annapolis. Takes about an 11-minute commute usually.
Yeah.
And a little bit longer on the way back. We had a slight tailwind on the way out.
Gotcha.
And we're descending now back through that first 4,500-foot layer of secure airspace ahead.
So now, do you ever fly at night, or is that just like a big no-go?
In this airplane, it's not equipped. There are no lights.
Gotcha.
So we're descending here at about 185 miles an hour. Doesn't feel like it, does it?
No, not at all. That's crazy. What's the longest flight you've done?
The furthest I've taken the airplane was not this one, but I flew to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the air show.
Oh, wow. How long was that flight?
It's a lot of little flights.
Yeah.
Partly for comfort and partly for school.
Yeah.
I keep my legs to about...
Cessna 754, Sierra Pop.
I keep my legs to about 90 minutes each.
November 540 Papa Squawk 5375, remain outside of the...
That's a good, comfortable reserve as far as fuel.
Yeah.
And as you can kind of get the sense, this airplane is not comfortable. It's not quiet. It's not still.
Right.
There's no way to maneuver and wiggle and get comfortable.
Yeah.
So by the time I've been in the airplane for 90 minutes, I'm ready to stand up and stretch.
Yep.
Transponder observed, Zero course outside the class Bravo, Baltimore altimeter 3002.
3002 is set, proceeding directly, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, they were designed for aerobatics, and they do that very well.
Right.
Everything else, all the creature comforts, any non-essential, all that systems, all that stuff takes weight, and that robs performance. So they aren't even considered.
Right.
All right, there's about 3,000 feet. We'll cross the bay at this altitude. We're over the eastern bay now, so that's obviously you can see the Bay Bridge on your right-hand side. And that long island running to the left and right ahead of us is Kent Island. Over here, over your right shoulder, kind of see the bridge where Kent Narrows is.
Plymouth approach, Skyhawk 783, Foxtrot Mike has tipped in sight.
783 Foxtrot Mike, keep your code, if you land, change supervisor approved. Good day.
783 Foxtrot.
Chester River is that big open area on the right. And on your left, at about 2:30, there's an island out there by itself that looks really low and flat.
Yeah.
That's Poplar Island. I don't know exactly what size and shape it started out, but for the last several decades, it's been a fill area. I don't know exactly what they fill it with. It's not garbage, but I think it's filled dirt and other earth that comes from other areas, probably from big projects, construction, that kind of stuff. It's taken out there, and most of what you see now is all added.
Wow.
Handmade.
How do they get it out there? By boat?
Big barges, yep.
Wow.
When I was racing sailboats, we had several races that raced down that area.
Yeah.
And it's funny to sail past it because the whole island's maybe 6 feet tall. It's really low.
Yeah.
There's no trees. There's a little bit of, the reason they fill it is that it's a nice basically they make marshes and grasslands out of it. So I guess that's a good way to use all of the otherwise just wasted earth and dirt that comes out of a construction project.
Yeah.
But it's really low and sail right up to it. It's the water's 10 feet deep right up to it, which is not really what you expect in the bay.
Yeah.
So with the kind of gray flat light we've got today, you can't see a lot, but you can see Annapolis on your right, and then that series of lights that you can see on the water.
Yeah.
That's the seawall at the Naval Academy.
Oh, okay.
They're 976, 26 Whiskey, transponder observed, zero course outside the class Bravo, Baltimore altimeter 3001.
3001, stay out of class Bravo, 26 Whiskey.
They're 26 Whiskey, you'd expect to stay on this frequency until you're outside of the TFR as well today.
Roger that.
Kind of see them blinking occasionally, but those three tall towers that are on Greenberry Point, those are they're good for navigation, but they're not used for anything else anymore.
Okay.
You're a local, so I don't want to assume, but you know what those are, why they're there?
No.
So there was about 16 of those towers total, and they've been gone for decades. But that was how the Navy communicated with all of their submarines all over the world. Before satellites, before modern electronic communication.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Everywhere on the planet from this location.
Wow.
Part of the reason the towers are so tall and it was such a big spread out array was that the wavelengths were very, very long.
Yeah.
Which is why they would travel so far, just bounce around the ionosphere, and in fact would penetrate a not insignificant amount of water too. The submarines, I don't think, had to even surface to receive messages. They trail a long antenna of their own.
Very cool.
All right, I'm going to check out with Potomac. Potomac 1 Papa Sierra has Lee in sight.
November 1 Papa Sierra, keep your code talk, you land, change advisory frequency approved. Good day.
1 Papa Sierra, thanks. Lee traffic, red pits, 1 Papa Sierra, 4 to the east, inbound landing, Lee. Can't quite see it. It's going to be just off the left side of the nose, but the airport will be on the left. The easy landmarks, of course, and I can just slide the nose a little bit, are the bridges. And you can't really see the runway, but that open area with the line of trees in it, yeah, that's the airport.
Oh, nice.
So basically what we're going to be doing is flying parallel to the runway this way. And we're going to make 2 left turns and land in the same direction we took off.
Cool.
Lee traffic, red pits, left downwind, 1-2 Lee. How you feeling?
Not great, but we're good. We're good. We're landing soon.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Did you open that vent?
Yes, I've had it going for the past,
good,
like 15 minutes.
That'll help.
Yes, it helps a ton. Man, we should be good. We should be good. Right now I'm focusing on this little screw that's in the top wing.
Okay.
That's my point of reference.
It might be more comfortable if you focus on the horizon.
Okay.
Something that's not moving weirdly.
Yeah.
But whatever's comfortable.
Yeah.
Be on the ground in 90 seconds.
Yep.
All right, pre-landing checks are complete. We're all good back here. Fly the approach at about 105 miles an hour and then slow it to about 95 over the fence and touch down when she touches down.
Good.
All right, power, pitch, and bang. Lee traffic, red pits, left base, 1-2 Lee. Flying right over my house right now. All right, drop the right wing, make sure nobody's sticking in on final, looks good. And 1 more left turn. Lee traffic, red pits, final, 1-2 Lee.
Red 6, you use a normal VFR flight plan to fly in the TFR?
Affirm, and they'll just talk to you all the way outside the TFR instead of just outside the SFR.
Roger.
I'm a little too fast, I'm going to go around. Lee traffic, red pits going around. Sorry about that, I just extended your flight by a minute.
Yeah, you're good.
Leonapolis, automated advisory. Wind missing, altimeter T9er T. Per runway, listen for traffic.
Left turn. Lee traffic, red pits, left base, 12 Lee.
And Lee, it's 4 Sierra Papa. We are about on a 2.5 mile extended downwind for runway 12.
Not bad. We got slowed down before the bumpy part of the runway.
Yo.
Pits is clear, 12 Lee. All right, how are you feeling?
Good, good.
All right, we'll stop here for fuel and taxi back. You can go ahead and take your headset off. I'll turn off the avionics.